If I asked you what your business actually profited last month, would you know without guessing? Let me know in the comments, okay? Because you can be talented, you can be booked, you can be posting, you can be buying supplies, you can be staying busy and still not fully know what is actually going on in your business. You know, money is coming in, but you may not fully know where it's going. You know, you are working, but you may not fully know what is actually paying you well. You know, you want more money, but you may not have stopped long enough to figure out what more actually looks like in numbers. And that is where a lot of confusion comes from. Because when you do not know your numbers, it is very easy to build your business off feelings. You feel like you had a good month. You feel like you are busy. You feel like you should have more money left over. You feel like your prices might be okay. But feelings are not the same as clarity. And this is why I think knowing your numbers is one of the most important things you can do if you want to grow your business with more intentions. Not because you need to be an accountant overnight, because trust me, numbers are boring, but because you need to be able to see what is actually happening. Because once you can see your business clearly, you can make better decisions. You can price better, you can set better goals, you can see what is working, you can see what is draining the business, and you can stop guessing so much. And let's be real. Sometimes the reason your business feels heavy is not because you are doing everything wrong. Sometimes it feels heavy because you are trying to run it blind. So in this video, I want to walk you through the main numbers I think you should be tracking in your nail business, especially if you want to make more money, price better, stop feeling like the business side is all over the place. And I'm going to keep this simple because the goal is not to overwhelm you. The goal is to help you get clearer. Okay, so let's get into it. The first number you need to know is your monthly revenue. How much money actually came into your business this month? Not what felt busy, not what you think it was, not what looked good on social media. What actually came in? How much came in from appointments? How much came in from add-ons? How much came in from products, classes, or anything else you sell? Because if you do not know what your business is bringing in, it gets real hard to build intentionally from there. And this matters because a lot of people set income goals with no real reference point. You say you want a 5K, 8K, 10K month, but what did you make last month for real? Because before you can grow, you need to know where you actually are. Okay? The next number is profit. And yes, I have to say this because this is where a lot of people get humbled a little. Okay? Revenue is not profit. Just because money came in does not mean money stayed. So after your rent, products, subscriptions, booking sites, supplies, marketing, and all the other little things that add up, what was actually left? Because this is the part that tells the truth. You can have a good revenue month and still not be keeping what you should. And sometimes you do not need more clients first. Sometimes you need more visibility into where your money is going. Because a lot of money can leak out of your business quietly. Little subscriptions, extra spending, over ordering supplies, random things you convinced yourself were for the business. And now you looking up like, wait, where did my money go? Trust me, we all had that moment. That's why profit matters, okay? The next number you need to know is your average ticket. How much does the average client actually spends with you? This matters because sometimes you think you need more clients when really you may need stronger pricing, better add-ons, or better service structure. Because if your average ticket is low, then yes, it may take a lot of more appointments to hit your goal. But if your average ticket is stronger, that changes things. Now your schedule looks different. Now your goals look different. Now your capacity looks different. And this is why this number matters so much, because it helps you see whether each appointment is doing enough for the business. And no, I am not telling you to start being pushy and weird with add-ons or charging $200 an hour. This is not what I mean. I mean building offers and add-ons that make sense naturally and supports the experience you already provide. Let me know if y'all want me to talk about add-ons you can add on or products you can sell. How many clients you actually need? This one is big. If you have an income goal, you need to know how many clients it actually takes to hit that goal. because some of y'all are trying to hit numbers that do not match your current prices, schedule, or capacity. So if your goal is $5,000 a month, okay, now how many appointments does that take at your current average ticket? How many working days does that require? Does your current schedule even support that? Or are you trying to pull a luxury income out of a business model that was never set up for it? That is why this number matters, because it forces you to connect your goals to reality. And that is not a bad thing. That is actually where better strategy starts. You also need to know which services are actually doing the heavy lifting in your business. What is bringing in the most money? What takes the most time? What is actually worth it? What is on your menu just because it has been there forever? Because every service is not equally valuable. Some services may be profitable and inefficient. Some may take too much time for what they bring in. Some may sound nice on your menu, but are not really helping the business. And sometimes the answer is not offering more. Sometimes the answer is getting clearer, because more services do not always mean more money. Sometimes it just means more confusion, more supplies, and more decisions. The next number is retention. How many of your clients are actually coming back? Because if you constantly need new people just to keep your books decent, that tells you something. Yes, attracting new clients matter, but keeping good clients matters too. Because a business that always has to start over is exhausting. If people are not rebooking, something is always telling the story. It could be the experience, it could be the communication, it could be the results, it could be the atmosphere, it could be the booking process, it could be that people like you but did not feel connected enough to return. So, retention helps you see if the business is creating loyalty or just one time appointments. You also need to track your expenses by category, not just one big total, because I spent money on the business is too vague. Where is it actually going? Supplies, rent, subscriptions, marketing, equipment, or let's be honest, random shopping because you said it was for the salon and now you have 6 versions of the same thing in slightly different shades. Okay? I'm joking, but not really. Okay? Because y'all know what I'm talking about. Category tracking matters because it helps you spot patterns. It helps you see if product costs are too high, if subscriptions are stacking up, or little unnecessary purchases are slowly eating your profit. Once you can see the pattern, you can fix it. This last one matters a lot. What are you actually paying yourself from the business? Not just what touched the account, not just what you transferred over because life was lifing and bills were due. What are you truly making? Because you can be working full-time hours and still paying yourself part-time results. And sometimes that is not because you are not good enough. It is because the business has not been organized in a way that clearly reveals what is really going on. And I know numbers are not the fun part for everybody. I know some people here track your numbers and immediately want to log out. I get it. Trust me. A lot of creatives did not get into this industry thinking, wow, I cannot wait to calculate my average ticket. But numbers are not there to punish you. They are there to inform you. They help you stop building off vibes alone. And listen, vibes are cute. We love a vibe, but vibes do not tell you if the business is profitable. You need actual visibility for that. Real quick, this video is sponsored by Nail Tracker. If you know you need to track your numbers better, but do not want to be buried in spreadsheets or trying to piece everything together in your notes app, Nail Tracker makes it easier to actually see what is going on in your business. You can track things like income, expenses, and other key numbers without making the whole process feel complicated or overwhelming. And what I like is that it helps bring more clarity to the business side. Because sometimes the issue is not that you are not working hard, it is that you do not have enough visibility into what is actually happening. So if you want to check it out, I'll have a link below. Now, let's get back into this video. That is really the bigger point here, visibility. Because once you can see your business clearly, you can move differently. Now you know if your goals are realistic. Now you know if your pricing needs work. Now you know if your service menu needs to be cleaned up. Now you know if your expenses are getting out of hand. Now you know what is actually helping the business grow. And that kind of clarity brings peace too, because confusion is expensive, guessing is expensive, overthinking is expensive, making decisions off assumption is expensive, looking at other nail techs is expensive. Clarity helps you move with intention. And I want to say this too. If hearing all this makes you realize you have not been tracking well, do not make that mean you are behind. This is not about shame. This is about growing up in business. You can start now, even if your receipts are all over the place, even if your bank account has been looking a little mysterious, even if you have been saying, I need to get organized for the last 6 months. Start now, because the sooner you know what is happening, the sooner you can approve it. And once you start tracking, you will be surprised how much starts clicking. You will start noticing what services are really worth it. You will see where your money is leaking. You will understand your real capacity better. You will know what kind of income your business is actually set up to support right now. That is the kind of information that helps you build smarter. Because at the end of the day, this is not about making the business feel more complicated. It is about making the business make more sense. So if you have been building mostly off memory, mostly off assumptions, mostly off, I think, let this be your sign to tighten that up. Track your revenue, track your profit, track your average ticket, track your expenses, track your retention, track what is actually working. Because once you know your numbers, you stop guessing so much. And when you stop guessing, you can finally build with more strategy, more confidence, and more clarity. And that is the goal, not just to work, not just to stay busy, not just to hope things come together, but to build a business that actually makes sense. If this video helped you, comment below and tell me one number you know you need to start tracking better in your business. And if you want more help building your business with more structure, more clarity, and more intention, I have created a digital product that you could download instantly, linked in my description. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's chat tomorrow. I'll see y'all in the next video.